Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a quick video talking about the Malkoff MDC E2S. So, Malkoff devices, I don't know if that has something to do with the MDC part. E2S, I think that's Eagle 2 Scout. I could be wrong on that, but this was a very recommended flashlight from a channel member and a good viewer of the channel and a friend, Marceau. So if you guys are familiar with the channel or you watch my live streams, you guys know Marceau and I go back and forth. We do not agree on much, and I enjoy our disagreements. They're fun. So I picked this up on his recommendation. He finally badgered me into it. And I mean, since I first showed an O-Light on my channel, I feel like Marceau has been saying, you need to try a Malkoff. You need to try a Malkoff. And then I started trying some custom lights like the F2 here from FocusWorks. And, you know, he kept saying, you got to try a Malkoff. Got to try a Malkoff. And just kept beating me over the head. Here's some size comparisons. That's the FocusWorks F2, and we have the Okluma DC0. All three of these are 14500 lights. This is what they call their AA tube. And then you have the E2S head, and basically you buy the head and the body separately. It doesn't come with a battery, and you kind of build your flashlight. It's kind of the way they do it. So you could buy a 16340 body and put it on this head. That way you'd, I don't know, I don't think you'd get more runtime. You just have a different head. And that's the way you can do that. But here's a size comparison for you guys. It's obviously bigger than these two. The head of the flashlight for sure is bigger. And that's kind of the point of this flashlight. But I wanted to show you that. Here is a O-Light Warrior Nano 18350. There you go. And then I have a Dapper Designs Ion X, which is a big boy 18650 light. So just some comparisons for you there. The overall measurement on this guy, we're looking at 4.3, 4.4, something like that. I could just grab the calipers, but just so you guys know, we're over an inch, a little bit over an inch on the width up here. Here is your glass, your optic, all that good stuff. I'll look it up. I'll pull up the site so you guys can see exactly what's in here, because I'm not an expert. I've been known to state that. I don't know what kind of setup this is, whether it's reflector or optic or TIR or what it is, but it looks cool. And there's one in there. Pretty big boy too, because if you look at like, well, these are similar, but you can see it's a bigger LED and everything in there. And these are what you call potted. So that's one of the important things here. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. I know Marceau would kick my ass. So basically the way this works is they put everything together. They have the pill in there, and that has, you know, houses everything and whatnot. And then they put this, I don't know what it's called, epoxy, or there's something in there that basically encases it all, seals it in there. And that's called potting. So it can withstand a lot more damage and could probably go underwater and all kinds of shit like that because it's potted. But you can't mess with it, right? You can't remove it and replace parts and shit, at least that I know of. And it also has the double spring setup, one at the bottom and then one here, and that helps suspend the battery better. So if it falls, gets hit, whatever, that battery kind of gets jostled between the springs and not getting smashed into a driver, where this is actually a bad example because this has two springs. But if you look at like the Okluma here, you're going to have a exposed driver right there, and you don't have a spring on it. So let's say you smashed it into something, the battery would bash into that driver versus a spring. There's only a spring down on this end. Does that make sense? Still a great flashlight. Still has very good durability, but just something to note. We can take a look at this Olight, because I've never actually done that before, to see what they have going on. So they have a little internal spring set up, and there's your, I guess your driver's kind of encased in this thing. So that seems to be pretty durable. They also have a proprietary battery system so that you can charge back here and everything. Sorry, Merceau, I showed a Olight during this video. That must have sucked for you. So you can drop in a battery here. You're going to want to use a protected 14500, at least according to Merceau. And it makes sense because this thing is going to chew through that battery pretty quickly, and you don't want to destroy your batteries. So you have what looks to be a McClicky switch on the back. These are sort of small batch production, not quite custom, but in that realm. They're made by Gene Malkoff, and I believe his wife works there, Abby, or that could just be an employee, but there was a note in there from Abby when I ordered. I just ordered this on the website. I had to have Merceau like just literally link me what to buy because their website is very confusing. You'll see the clip is pretty basic, but it works really well. I've carried it for the day just to test out the clip, and it works really well. You have it held on by a couple of screws here. They look to be some kind of Allen key screws. Very comfortable back here on the switch. And then you have some ribbing right here for grip. If you want to grip it like this, you can go into a cigar hold pretty easily as well. And it has single output. So for me, that's kind of annoying because I like having modes. But this is literally meant to do one thing, and that's throw light. And it's really not meant to be an EDC light or anything like that. That's not why I got this. I didn't get this to compare to these lights. I did, of course, because that's what I have, and I'm an idiot. But I don't think I'm quite understanding how good this is, because Merceau convinced me that it's really good and has very long distance throws, maybe a couple 100 meters or something like that. But in my testing, I didn't quite see that. Now, I did some testing here at the house, and it was good, but it didn't seem to throw or reach all that much further than my custom lights. But I didn't have the distance to really gauge it, so I went to a park. I found a park, and you'll see that at the end of the video. There's going to be the testing, beam shot, whatever you call it, portion where I was at a park that has, you know, a baseball field and a soccer field and all this shit, and I tried to get some distance. Well, unfortunately, it was very foggy tonight when I went, but it was, you know, I had the chance to go. And my results were pretty, I mean, inconclusive or not great in terms of this, but I think it's more user inexperience, not understanding what I'm doing, and then just the conditions, I think. So I do want to give it another chance if possible, but Merceau did want to pick this up off me, so I might just let him do that. And I'll try to attack another throw type flashlight in the future and just see if I can, you know, make that click for me. Because, you know, at least from what I've tried, I haven't seen anything spectacular when it comes to that. But and I guess I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I guess, like things to spotlight at a distance and not, you know, and look way better than it does with something like this, but that's not what I saw. So you guys will see the video, and you can let me know what you see in the video, and hope, you know, I'd like to know what I'm misunderstanding. And I know that sounds weird, but whatever. So I'm going to turn it on here. It's going to be pretty bright because that's how it is. And you'll see it has a very focused hot spot, and it does have some spill around it, right? But it's a very focused hot spot. It looks like the sun on my mat, where if I take something like this Okluma, I'll put this on high because that's what this is on all the time. You'll see this is a much more floody look. It has, it's basically all spill, right? And there is a little hot spot if I really, you know, zoom in on it, but This is meant for EDC. This is meant to illuminate a room and do a good job of that and not overpower your vision or whatever and just let you see. Where this is meant to throw light long distances and light up an area far out. So it needs to have this very centralized hotspot versus just flooding, right? And that's a big thing with flashlights. Again, I'm not an expert, but there's flood versus throw. And it all comes down to what you need, right? If you're hunting or you're, out, maybe it depends on the scenario. Camping, you would want a flooding light in a lot of cases, but like when you want to see a long distance and point something out, you want throw, right? That's where candela comes in handy. Everybody talks about lumens, right? But candela is how far, I guess, the light can go. Where lumens is how bright the light is, but that doesn't necessarily tell the whole story, right? So it's kind of like what you learn as you get into flashlights more and more, what matters. And the Okluma helps you learn that lesson with lumens, that you don't need a million of them. 350 on high does the trick, honestly, for EDC, So here's a look at it. I'll put both of these at the same height above the table, and you can see. This is doing a good job illuminating the mat and giving me an area to see, right? But it's 2 feet away from the mat. This is really centralizing its light in the center of the mat. It's really not doing a great job of giving me areas to see around here, right? Again, go back to the Okluma, right? It's a clean, just very, it's good to look at type light. That sounded stupid. Where this is like, oh, great, I'm just looking at a dot, But if we were outside and I needed to see something 100 yards away, the Okluma wouldn't even be able to pick it up, where this would illuminate that thing. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So let's take a look at the website. These are made in the United States. Hopefully I mentioned that already. So these are made in the United States, which is important. It's going to factor into the price as well. You can get 20% off your first order. So if you want to do that, head over to their website. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that. I didn't talk to them. Okay, there we go. So here's the website. It can be a bit overwhelming because you just don't know what you're looking at. They do have a flashlight. I believe it's called the Bodyguard, and that's kind of the self-defense, I think, more EDC style light that you would be looking for, I guess. So, here, pocket thrower. I think maybe these are full flashlights and not just the heads, but I'm not positive. There's all these different ones. I don't know what, there's just a lot going on here. I'm going to see if I can find the one that we have here. So we have the MDC, but it seems like they all have that name, right? So here you go. Here are the head. So this is E2XT. We have a E2S, right? And I believe Marisol told me the XT is the extreme. So that one would be like, imagine this is like a sun. The extreme would be like a pinpoint, right? But at 400 meters, it would look great. You know what I mean? So here's the E2XT. That's the extreme, but colors. I guess you can get it in colors. Not seeing. Where's the E2, baby? So I wonder if this has anything to do with it because it's E2 pocket thrower. This is the E2 XTL head. So let me just search. E2, what was it again? S. I don't know why that was in German. I have to switch that over. So here we go. E2, E2D Scout M60, E2 Hyper, E2 Super Scout. I don't know, maybe that's the one. So this is where I get really confused with the website, not knowing anything. I think this might be the one I got. So they might have shortened it to E2 Super E2S, right? And this one says 2 CR123s, but it depends on what you get, I guess. So you get the head, right? And you buy that for $134. And this is constructed of 6061 aluminum. Let's see. It's a 1 meter is approximately 12,000. I don't know what lux is. The output is approximately 900 measured out the front lumens at turn on and 850 measured out the front lumens continuous. Input, yeah, it's 3.4 to 6 volts. I guess that's because you could stack to 3 volt CR123s. You can get it, you know, you can put different bodies on it. Is it going to tell us what the LEDs are? Oh, there you go. It's a Cree XPL. Cree XPL, which I think is at least 5000 K temperature because it does seem like a very cool light. So that's the head I got, and that was $134. And then I got a AA body. Man, I really need to just, there we go. Then I got a MDC 2 AA body. But no, I got the 1 AA body. So that was $58. So that's basically how you do it right there. You put your you know, two things together. It does look like they sell some that are complete sets, but they came separated because they were separate products, and it was right around $200 for everything. So I don't know. The way I feel about it is I want to appreciate it, but I just, so far I don't. You know, I can't quite get there with this. $200 for this when I can buy this custom from FocusWorks, you know, again, made in the US in a shop by, you know, it's basically a custom, but I just prefer, you know, I have modes and it's more of an EDC light. I mean, this does have a, you know, similar optic. That's why, I don't know. I don't quite think this is as much of a thrower as we think it is, but I can't wait to get the lecture on why I'm wrong. But I mean, look at that. Wouldn't that tell the story a little bit? You get a similar sun-shaped hotspot there. Obviously, you're getting, oh, so maybe that's where it comes into play. You see that outer spill? It's more centralized, where as you step out here, you see how much more flood we have or how much more spill we have out in that area. And then boom, now it's like all, right? There's still that little bit of a hot spot, but you're getting basically a similar look to the Okluma. I have to back up an extra 2 feet to get it to give the same effect as the Okluma. Right? Where this, if I back up to that same, say, you know, 4 feet, I'm still showing a centralized area here. But again, it's not crazy. So back it up to here, and I basically have the same effect that I had with the Okluma, but I have sort of a greenish, whitish color. So, I don't know. Don't know. I think it has throw, but I don't think it has 200 meters of throw, you know. But I know nothing. So I am very excited to learn. And yeah. So maybe I'll hang on to it for another day or two just so I can find a clear night and get out there and really, you know, unless my eyes deceive me or I don't understand things properly, then, you know, so maybe I'll add a follow-up to this. I'll try to do that, all right? So there we go. Let me know what you guys think of the Malkoff MDC E2S. And I'm going to throw in that video here at the end. If I got a chance to go out again on a clearer night, I will also include that. And that would be kind of cool because then we could see foggy night, clear night, right? So maybe I will do that. I'll tell you what, I will do that. And maybe I'll come back with some more conclusions. So there you go. Thank you to Marceau. I appreciate all the help with picking this out and all that good stuff. Very, very cool. And it's always fun trying new things. Whether I get it in the end or I don't, you know, it's still fun. So, love you guys. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later. All right. So, I have the Malkoff MDC, whatever it's called. I can't remember right now, and it's dark. S2 Eagle or something like that. And this is basically a all-throw, no frills flashlight, heavy duty flashlight, and it has one output, so that's all we're gonna see here. And I found a nice long big field so that I could really throw it and get an idea of how this does compared to other stuff. So here we go. It is on like Donkey Kong, and we're getting a really nice hot spot up here. Right, you see that? But trying to see how far it can really throw. Unfortunately, it's pretty foggy today, but I mean, I'm hitting that sign out there. And you see that? Can you see that glimmering out there? Where is it? Right there on that fence. Now, it's hard for me to tell what you can see, but that soccer goal over there is lit up pretty good. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's pretty good. If I aim over here, I can see everything. Let me aim at my truck. Yeah, it lights up my truck pretty well. But that's 50 feet away, you know what I mean? That's not like long distance. Here, we're walking a little bit, a little playground. It's lighting up everything around here pretty well. That tree, this tree, but these are very close. So, I don't know. Maybe it's the fog, but Marceau had me convinced this thing could throw, you know, hundreds of meters. I don't know if I buy it, really. Like, there's a tree out there that's probably, I mean, it's hard to tell, but it's a football field at maximum, and it's not even touching that tree, right? You can see the beam, though. So, I don't know. It's trying, but I don't think it's like a super thrower. They do have another version of this that's like way more pinpointed, and I guess that would be better, but let me grab my La Lima here. I kept it out to compare because I was doing that yesterday, and it was hard to tell because, you know, at home I don't have these distances to look at. So looking at the beams up close, you can see this is a 4500K. This is a probably 5000. You can see that, which is pretty cool. But trying to see out to distance, I mean, I'm really not seeing here. If I pull the La Lima up only, we can see that soccer goal over there. It's probably 50 yards away. Definitely can see it a little better with the Malkoff, but it's not like day and night or anything. Let me turn the angle a little bit so we can get it, try to get them on the same side. So that's the La Lima. That is the Malkoff. La Lima, Malkoff. You can see that a little clearer, I would say, and definitely lights it up more. Like, it's hitting off the poles, where this one is, you know, just reaching it, I guess. It is hitting that sign way out there, so is this one, but again, a little clearer, I would say. Going this way, yeah. I don't know. I'm not seeing some crazy difference here. Whoa. Let me pull you up a little bit. So don't break it. There we go. La Lima. Obviously, we're up close there. I'm trying to hit those trees right over there. See those trees over there? Not reaching it. And it's hard to tell if this is reaching it. So, I don't know. Pretty inconclusive for me. I think it has a lot to do with this fog, though. I'm pretty sure. Did I not have that on high? I don't even know if I had this on high. Let me retest this. So there's that soccer goal again. Yeah, I mean, I could see a definite difference. This is for sure reaching a lot farther. I mean, I guess that was obvious, but just how far it actually reaches is what I'm trying to figure out. It doesn't seem all that far. They were kind of hitting that tree way over there on the left. See that? Tree's starting to light up a little bit. So, I don't know. Might reach a little further than I thought, but I think I just expected more out of it, and that's why I'm a little puzzled. But hey, what are you gonna do? If I have time to do this again, I'll come back out and do it on a clearer night. But let me know what you guys think. I'll maybe try to find a spot that has a little more like trees and stuff that we can spot at, but I wanted to try something different. So thanks for checking it out. Peace. All right, guys, here we go. This is take 2 out here, trying to get the Malkoff testing footage. So it is not crazy foggy tonight, so let's see. It's only got one mode, so there she goes. Look at that. There's that soccer goal that we could barely see last time. Now it's lit up. We can hit those trees over there. And we get those trees real nice as well. Where's that baseball field back? Where's that other field? Where was that? Remember we saw another field somewhere? Oh, right there. I guess you just see the sign back there. You're not really getting that much distance, but I mean, you could see a big difference tonight, I think, versus how it was the other night. Here's that field again, right? Really hitting the playground. And I mean, I can see all the way to that tree real easy. It's got to be 100 yards. So it's not insane. But I mean, we got some trees way back there as well that we're hitting. So definitely looks way better tonight. So there you go, guys. That's the Malkoff. I think that's your telltale sign right there, that soccer net right there. It definitely looks way brighter on camera than it is, but it does look good. Here's, you know, up close. There's the truck, really hits it. Probably 50 feet away again. So, yeah, really nice. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. Peace. So, just for fun, I grabbed this little pocket Lumen Top. I think it's called the GT Nano or Frog or something. And it's like the world's smallest thrower or something. I've got the 10440 in here, and I just wanted to show you. Look at that. That's crazy. There's that soccer net. So that was high, I guess. That's pretty crazy. Look. There's that tree. Oh my God, this thing's throwing better than that Malkoff. Wow. That's insanity. That's not even turbo. Check this. There's turbo. It's gonna step down in a second, but holy monkey. Holy monkey, that's the new word. That is wild. For such a small light. That's crazy. Let me grab the Malkoff. put this down so we can get a better gauge here. Sorry. Right. So this is the Lumen Top. This is the Malkoff. So Malkoff, Lumen Top, but let me get this guy back on high. Now you're not going to get as much run time on this one, right? So I want to make sure I got the modes right. So that's your high right there. That's your Malkoff. That's your Lumen Top. But it reaches right over that tree, no problem. This one's not quite illuminating the tree as much, but you get a larger hotspot, so it's kind of, you know, give and take. Here's turbo on this guy. It's outperforming this Malkoff, but significantly smaller hotspot and beam, right? And runtime. You know, this is hitting a 14500, where this is a little 10440, you know, basically a little shotgun flashlight. It's a fun little toy to have, so I just wanted to show that in comparison. So thanks. I just wanted to throw this in. I'm gonna take a little walk with the Malkoff here so you guys can see me out there, just to get a little idea what it looks like from a distance. It's only got one mode, so we're gonna be on high, I guess. All right, there you go, guys. I definitely get a much better sense of a light when I'm out there with it versus just hitting it from behind the camera, because I'm looking through the camera half the time and they don't seem as good in terms of output when I'm behind the camera. But that was fantastic out there. I mean, looking around the fields, looking at the trees, it did more than I expected. So this is a very, very good light, and it's going to be extremely durable. So there you go, guys. Thanks for checking it out. Peace.